Hey y'all, hey, how's it going? How's it hanging, people? How y'all doing out here in these streets? My name is Delisa Robinson. I am y'all's favorite real estate diva out here in the streets. Okay. How y'all doing today? Today we are going to be talking about my mission. I am on my name. First of all, let me back this up because some of you may know me, some of you may not. Happy Sunday. Happy Buffalo Bills winning today. Because that's what's about to happen for all y'all Chiefs fans. Okay. But my name is Lisa Robinson. I am the founder of Keys, Deeds, and Profits and the Creative Wealth Academy, where we show you how to build wealth through real estate. Now, if you are looking to get into something like this, now is the time. There is a big push that's getting ready to happen for real estate, and I don't want you guys to miss it. So grab your pens, grab your papers, and we're going to talk about this because I want to know how many of you actually did how many of you actually went and did the training. I have a free wholesaling real estate training out now. It's free, absolutely 100% free, and you can watch it. Now the link is only going to be good until tomorrow. I can't keep it free forever for y'all. I would love to, but I can't keep it free forever. But this is $1,000 course that I'm giving to you for free. How do you say it? 99. Free 99. So I want you guys to please, if you can, get up out of there. Now is the time. I am on a mission this year to help 20 people, 20 people become six-figure wholesalers. That's my mission through my Creative Wealth Academy, which we're going to talk about that a little bit today too. So while we're out here in these streets, I want you guys to know I'm on your side. I want you to win. I remember when I first started out in real estate and there was nobody who looked like me that was doing the things that I wanted to do. I was learning different things and nobody understood what it was that I wanted to say, how I wanted my business to look. People didn't understand that. So, and I've had some people, and I mean, I'm being honest, I've lost some friends along the way just because of it, where they didn't believe in the mission. I'm like, okay, you can't, and that's one thing you will learn through the Creative Wealth Academy is this: you can't take everybody with you. Everybody's not meant to go with you. Everybody's not meant to be there. Everybody's not meant to be on this ride. God gave you the vision. He didn't give it to everybody else. So everybody else is just gonna have to be buckle up, buttercup, because here it comes. Pretty much is how it's looking. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be easy. I don't want y'all to think that. Is wholesaling real estate easy? Yes. But do you have to work? Absolutely. So I don't want y'all to think that either. We're not going to go out here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I'm not going to give you guys, and I'm not going to tell you something that's not true. Okay. So today I'm going to give you some mistakes. I'm going to give you the three most common mistakes that wholesalers will make. Now, before I gave you 10, this time we're going to go a little bit deeper. And I'm going to give you the three major mistakes that all new wholesalers make when they first starting out. And I'm going to tell you how to avoid it. But in the meantime, in between time, while y'all waiting for me, I need y'all to get, I need y'all to share this video out with at least 5 of your friends that you do want to bring, that you're trying to bring with you, but they just a little bit stubborn, and let them know that that free training is out there. I'm telling you, you're not going to find the type of training that I provided for you for free anywhere else. There are 7 pre-recorded videos in that training. 7. And it's my full course. So while y'all waiting, y'all trying to decide if y'all want to download a free class, or watch a free class, because I don't think you can download it. While y'all doing all that, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to get started because today is football Sunday. And if y'all been following me for any amount of time, y'all know your girl. And y'all know that I love football. Where is the free training? Hold on 1 minute, Kelly, and I'm gonna get the link and I'm gonna drop it to you, okay? Hold on 1 minute for me. I'm trying to make sure I'm on all platforms. Thank you for letting me know I'm on YouTube and it's up because baby, the way these the way these I'm not a tech person. So for these for y'all techie people, I'm not a tech person. So when it happens, I have to be like, oh, okay, that's how it works. I'll be so shocked and amazed when I do stuff. Like the fact that I can live stream on YouTube and all my platforms at one time, just by going through one system, a game changer. For real, for real. So if you can tell me, just tell me where you guys are from, what you're doing, and how are you doing on this fabulous Sunday, because I'm gonna get this link out because I meant to do it beforehand, Kelly. I'm so sorry. But like I said, I'm not a tech person. I try to be. It just don't work out like that. I have to slowly take my time and get my tech on, okay? And then once I master it, oh, it's mastered. That's my Gemini in me, okay? That's the Gemini. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's what it is. However, okay, here we go. I figured it out, Kelly. Let me see if I can drop this link to you guys. I think that's it. I think we on a roll. I'm gonna drop it in on Facebook as well. Link to free training. Kelly, let me know if you see it, if you got it, because I don't want to. I want to make sure that everybody gets it. Okay. Now, what we are going to do, I'm going to share some things with you guys today. You know, I've been, like I said, since I've been able to stream, and thank you, Kelly, for letting me know. Since I've been able to stream and on all my platforms at one time, well, exception of TikTok, but TikTok, I don't know. I'm not getting down with it, I guess. So let's talk about that first. So, what we're going to do today, I'm going to share some things with you. I'm going to show you some things, and we're going to go through some stuff, especially since I can share my screen with you guys while I'm on here too now. See, that's something else that you guys just don't get to see very often, because I usually when I'm live streaming on social media, I am unable to share, as y'all can see. I am unable to share my my screens because it just go crazy for some reason, and I don't know what I'll be doing. But anywho, anyhow, today is Sunday, January 26th, I believe, and my mission this year is I am on a mission to help 100 people start their real estate investment business. I am also on a mission. Out of that 100, I want at least 20 of you to be six-figure wholesalers in your business. So that's why I dropped this training for free. So if you don't have the training, you don't know where to find the training, you can go to, you can go into, I dropped the link in the comments. That's what I did. I'm sorry. I dropped the link in the comments for you guys so you can see the training and you have it. Because I don't want anybody to say they didn't see it, they didn't know it, where it was at, none of that. I want y'all, uh-oh. I'm trying to make sure I don't get feedback and all that too. I'm trying to drop the link in the comments. Now, here we go. When I see, you guys see me now, you heard me talk about the table for 20. The table for 20 are the 20 people. I have 3 major goals with my coaching clients this year. Number 1, I want 100 of you to become real estate investors. You are going to need a second income in this economy. You are going to need something to fall back on. And if you want to save money in your taxes with Donald Trump in office, you better have a business. That's all I can say. Businesses sell. Businesses are his thing. That's what he in for. Like I told everybody during the whole election, did I vote for Donald Trump? No. However, he is better for my business. I will say that. I don't. For my personal life, you know, and I tell everybody so you guys understand. My money is Republican. My heart is Democratic. My mind is independent. So I vote what's best for me and my household, just so you guys will know. Now, my table for 20, these are the 20 wholesalers, the 20 investors. I want 100 of my people, because I have serviced and helped almost 500 people, which is so crazy. I've helped almost 500 people start their real estate investment business this year. I want to add another 100 to it. And out of the 100 that I add, I want 20 of you to 20 or more. I'm not going to keep it at 20. I want 20 or more to become six-figure wholesalers. So if you have not received that free training, if you are not on the email list, that's probably why you didn't receive a link to the free training, because you're not on the email list. But and I've dropped it in a group, I shared it on my page, and the link is in my bio. If you're on Instagram, you can click the link in the bio, tap the first button. It says access the free training. That's that. The second thing is I want 20 of my investors out of my 100. I want another 20 of you, which will put me at 40. I want 20 of you to make six-figure wholesaling business. I want the other 20 to pull in to build a seven-figure, that's $1 million plus, in property ownership. I want you to own at least $1 million in property, rental property. I'm not joking. And we're going to do it, and I'm going to help you do it. So this is why over these past 26 years, I have been in real estate. For next month, February 11th, will be 27 years. Last year, I had my date mixed up. I kept saying February 4th. It's actually February 11th when I look back on it. February 11th, 2024 will be 27 years I have been investing in real estate. I bought my first investment property when I was 26 years old. I was single. I had no children. A year after that, let's see, yeah. A year after that, I was married with 3 stepchildren, which is so crazy how fast time can fly and how fast this can work. I have learned a lot of lessons, which means I've taken a lot of L's during this process. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because if I didn't take those L's, you wouldn't benefit from them. So I've already made the mistakes that I'm telling you that you will make. So I'm telling you today, I'm going to tell you how to avoid that, how to get rid of it, and what not to do. All right. So let's get started, because I got to be done before the football game. Come on. Just telling y'all how it works. My mission, I told you guys, the mission is 20 wholesalers to 6 figures. That's my first mission. I'm going to be doing all of this simultaneously. I want 100 people to be in the Creative Wealth Academy at different stages, because you guys are going to have different situations. But when I get to it, you'll understand exactly what Creative Wealth Academy is all about. And I'm going to talk about these mistakes that you're going to make. But the whole point is, I am helping aspiring real estate investors to gain knowledge, to pull their resources and build their systems so that they can have a successful real estate investment business. That's what I'm doing this year. Now, let's talk about the 3 most common mistakes that new wholesalers will make. Now, if you're new to me, my name is Elisa Robinson. I am the founder of Keys, Deeds, and Profits and the Creative Wealth Academy, where we teach real estate investors how to start, maintain, enhance, and diversify their real estate investment portfolios. From start to finish, we come in at all levels. Whether you've done this before, I can help you. If you've never done this before, I can definitely help you. And if you are doing it right now, but you just need a little tweak, I can help you. So, 3 common mistakes. The first mistake is, I want you guys to understand this. You need to know what wholesaling real estate is. For those of you who are going to take advantage of this free training, wholesaling real estate is when you flip a contract. You flip a house without doing any work to it. You're selling your interest in the real estate transaction, your position. That's your interest, your position. So when you go under contract as a buyer, and then you assign your position in the contract to someone else, that's what's called equitable interest. So write that down. That's a term you're going to hear a lot over the next year. So write that down, equitable interest, and what that means to you. That's your position in a real estate transaction. Wholesaling is also an exit strategy used to acquire cash to invest in other projects. 9 out of 10 wholesalers say they want to wholesale, but they really want to flip houses. Only like 1% really want to wholesale real estate and just wholesale real estate. The best way to become a real estate investor with $0 out of pocket. That's what I'm going to show you how to set it up. Over this, that's what we teach you in the Creative Wealth Academy, how to build a real estate portfolio with little to no money out of pocket. Right? So remember this, wholesaling is an exit strategy that investors, that real estate investors use when they don't want to keep a property, they don't have time to invest time and resources into the property, or they just it was a part of a package deal and they just don't want the rest. They wanted one property and they had to buy both, so they got rid of the other one. That's how that works. Now, mistake number one that you wholesalers will make, and I'm going to show you how not to make that. You will not building your buyer's list. Now it says on the screen, what good is a house no one wants? That means, what good is a house if you don't have a buyer? What purpose does it serve you to go out and get all of these properties under contract and you have nobody to service these properties, you have nobody to sell these properties to, you have to market. Imagine this, you have a person comes to you and say, hey, I have 5 properties that I want to sell, and you're like, oh my god, great. But guess what, you are starting backwards. If you build the buyers list, the buyers are going to tell you what they want, they're going to tell you how they want it, where they want it, how they can, and what they plan to do with it. So that brings me to the next thing. What types of buyers are you going to be looking for? Flippers and builders. Flippers and builders, they're looking for the most profit. They only looking at mechanics. I kid you not. I was training one of my people one-on-one, and I took her with me. She lives here in Buffalo, and I took her with me on the walkthrough with a client. And she was like, oh, so we're not going to go in the house. I was like, he's only going to be in there 10 minutes. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, he's only going to be in the house 10 minutes because he's going to look at the mechanics. What are the mechanics? He's going to look at the plumbing. He's going to look at the roof. He's going to look at the foundation. He's going to look at the heat, the HVAC, and he's going to look at the electric. That's pretty much all they care about. Is it structurally sound? How much do I have to spend updating? Because when I say the mechanics, they're going to have to update plumbing, electric, HVAC, the roof if it needs to be done. And if there's any structure damage, they have to get it fixed. You can't rent out a house or live, for sale, put a house out on the market with structure damage. Well, you can. We just don't operate like that. So that's what they're going to be looking at. So when you go in and they know, and you know your clients well enough, this is what they're going to be looking at, you're going to start looking at those things as well. Flippers and builders are not walking through the house looking at the color of the paint. They don't care. They're not looking at the carpet. They don't care. They're looking at the condition of the floor, but they're not looking at the type of floor that's there. If that makes sense. Not right away. They're not going to do that until they start to build the vision board in their mind of how they want that property to look. Then they're going to go out and talk about something else. Okay? Now, your landlords, totally different. They're looking at equity, cash flow, and sometimes cap rate, depending on if it's a multifamily or not. And they might look at the paint, like, man, how much do I have to paint? Can I come in here and deep clean this, replace the carpet and move somebody in here? Or do I have to paint? They're not looking at the color, they're looking at the paint. They're going to look at the flooring. They're going to look at the cabinets. They're looking at the aesthetics. Landlords are going to look at the aesthetics because they're trying to put in the least amount of money because they're going to hold this property for a while. And they know I can make this a glamorous house for you, put a tenant in here, and then a year later, I might have to redo all of this work again because I chose incorrectly and I had a crazy tenant. So that's another thing that you want to look at. So they're going to look at cash flow, they're going to look at cap rate, and they're looking to create wealth. So they're holding properties. They're also going to look for equity and appreciation. Appreciation is the value in the property increases over time. Now, will you wholesale to homeowners? Absolutely, you will, because you're going to get two types of homeowners: one that doesn't mind doing the work just to get the house that they want, and one that wants something that's turnkey. And guess what? You can wholesale everything. You can wholesale everything that's real estate. And people always think, because you are told and you're conditioned to teach this because you've watched a million gazillion wholesale coaches tell you distressed properties. Look for the house that needs some love. Look for this, look for that. Okay. And then what? Now you got a bunch of raggedy houses that you got for sale and nobody wants them. So unless your buyers are specifically telling you that they want that, don't break your bank. Okay. You can wholesale, you can wholesale new builds. You can wholesale anything you want. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go through this next screen. I'm going to tell you guys to screenshot it because it's telling you what you can say to buyers. What do you say to a buyer? And the social media, the section with the social media post is very key. So make sure you screenshot that. Let me know when you have screenshot it and it's all in. Is it best to go through your free trainings first, then come back to your YouTube videos? You can do you can do either one. My free training is definitely going to have more up-to-date stuff than what the YouTube channel has. With the YouTube channel, you got to look at the date that's out there and see when it was posted. And I will work my way backwards because what happens in real estate, Kelly, thank you for asking that, by the way. What happens in real estate is that a lot of people, a lot of rules and regulations change. And I'll give you a perfect example. There were Airbnb. With Airbnb, 4 years ago, everybody was doing Airbnb and there were no regulations. You could put an Airbnb wherever you wanted. Now you can't do that. Now you can't, you have to, in certain cities, you can't even do an Airbnb. And I know in Buffalo, we used to be able to do Airbnb wherever we wanted. As soon as Airbnb became popular, they put stipulations on it. Now you can't have an Airbnb unless it's in a 1 or a 2 unit building. You can't have Airbnbs in certain areas. You can only, in Atlanta, they say you can only rent it out for certain number of days per month or something like that, something crazy. In some state in Florida, like in Orlando, Florida, you have to have a permit, and that permit has to be active and valid, and it has to be hanging up it has to be visible in the Airbnb. So there are a lot of stipulations. Wholesaling, I'll give you another example. When I first started wholesaling, which was like 8, 9 years ago, when I first started wholesaling real estate, guess what happened? I could wholesale in every city, every state across this country. No, there was no restrictions whatsoever. Now, in Illinois, I have to be licensed. In Philadelphia, I have to have. In certain parts of Pennsylvania, I have to be licensed. In South Carolina, I have to have an attorney present before I could use a title company. Then there used to be in Alabama. Now I have to disclose how much money I'm making. So that's why when you look at the YouTube channel, you see the videos. They're out there. They're going to stay out there. But I always suggest start with the most recent and work your way backwards because you'll see the different changes. You'll get the most recent information if you start with the most recent videos. But thank you for asking that. Everybody was able to screenshot that. We got it. We good. Alrighty. And we're going to go back in here. And Number 2, biggest mistake. Number 2, you are not pitching correctly, meaning you are not soliciting the sale from the homeowner correctly. You are not having the proper discussion with the homeowner or the seller. You don't have to be on the phone for a long time. And y'all know my favorite thing. I tell everybody, I'm not here for a long time. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. I say it all the time. Now, if you guys want to screenshot this, what to say to sellers, this is how my VA is set up. This is how I've trained my VA to run my phone calls. This is how I train my coaching clients to run their phone calls. This is how I run my phone calls when I do this. for those of you who may not know. I come from a background of collections. Yes, debt collections. Bad credit people hated us. Half the people that's collecting your debt got bad debt. So let that sink in for you, okay? And I worked for the Department of Education, United States Department of Education. They subcontract out to different collection agencies across the country to collect on defaulted student loans. So what we did, and I did that for 15 years, working with that for on that particular contract for 15 years. So I had to create a when I was in the training department, I created a what we call a talk off. Now, with the talk off, what you do is you introduce yourself, you state why you're calling, you verify who you're talking to, you state why you're calling, then you stop and you listen to what they have to say. You secure the payment arrangement. Now, let me put that in real estate terms, wholesaling. I verify who I'm talking to make sure I'm speaking to the person who is legally able to sell the house. I introduce myself and state to them why I'm calling. Then I shut up and listen to the response for the question that I asked. Never in all of your wholesaling years, never should you ask a question that requires a yes or a no. You always want to form your questions in who, what, where, when, why, how format. And I'm going to give you a real quick lesson in this. Hi, my name is Lisa Robinson. Am I speaking to Jane Doe, owner of 123 Main Street? Yes. Hi, Miss Doe. I'm an investor in the area, and I came across your property on Main Street, and I noticed that it was vacant. What are your intentions with that property? What are your plans for the property? Then I shut up and I listen. Oh, well, you know what? That property was left to me by my grandmother. I live out of state. I don't even want the property. Well, great. How much do you want for the property? You see how that just flows? You see how easy it is? I don't come off as domineering, overbearing. I come off as just somebody having a conversation. Or you say, "Oh, great. Since you have no interest in keeping the property, I'm very interested in purchasing the property. When can I come see it? Since you live out of state, who locally can allow me access to the property?" And you notice every time I ask a question, I stop to listen to the response. The reason for that is because people are going to talk. People want to be heard. People want to know that you actually care about what they're going to say. So they are going to talk. So you shut up and you listen. I'm telling you that if you want to make money, anybody who works on a phone and you have a commission based or you have any type of money to be made on a phone, just shut up and listen. And people will tell you what it is they want to say. And they will tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get what you want. So shut up and listen. So I shut up and I listen. And guess what? I made six figures. I made six figures wholesaling real estate. I made six figures collecting debt for the United States Department of Education. Why? Because I knew when to stop talking and I knew when to listen. So when I tell you I have 7 steps to my initial phone call, this is it. My whole objective was what I said. Who locally can show me the property? How can I gain access to the property if you are out of state? When will you have someone locally available to show me the property? See, those are questions you ask. And then what's going to happen? They're going to tell you, "Oh, well, you know what? I have to call my cousin or I have to call the neighbor has the keys and let me call." Okay, then you follow up. And once I decide if I want to move forward with this, I would like to put a lockbox on the property. Is there any reason why I wouldn't be able to do that? Because now that you're going to go under contract with this property, you want control over when you can show it to other people. So you want a lockbox with a key. Why do you need a key? Why do you need a lockbox? Because, ma'am, sir, I'm going to be in and out of there with contractors, inspectors, the appraisers, because I'm going to renovate this property for future sale. Or I'm going to renovate this property for a tenant. So I'd like to be able to show it. I'd like to be able to have access to it without continuously inconveniencing someone else. And that's the reason why you need a lockbox, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Then you're going to secure the appointment. Well, you know what? The neighbor Jerry has a key. Jerry can meet you there. Jerry's home all the time, or I can give you Jerry's phone number and you guys can arrange a time when he's there. I don't have a problem if you go and make a key, but I want Jerry to have a separate key that's not inside the lockbox. See how that works? Then you say, okay, no problem. So now you know when you show up with your lockbox. And you give Jerry the code to the lockbox, and you give you the code, and you have the code to the lockbox, and that's it. So now I'm confirming the appointment. Well, Jerry, once you call Jerry, hey Jerry, Miss Jane Doe gave me your phone number. She said to call you regarding seeing the property next door. And guess what they're gonna say? Oh, great. You know what? She also gave me permission to put a lockbox on the house. Is it possible for you to make a key and I'll reimburse you? Can you bring a copy of the key and I'll reimburse you when I see you on Saturday at 2 o'clock to see the house? So you know to bring your lockbox. He knows to bring you a key. So now you got lockbox and key. Click, click, boom. Now you don't need to bother Jerry anymore. If you're not going to be there to show the property, then you tell Jerry, hey, my team, someone from my team, when you know you got a showing, someone from my team is going to come see that property, is going to be in the property because I don't want Jerry to be alarmed when he sees someone come into the house. So you say, hey, Jerry, just a heads up. On Sunday, I'm going to have a couple people stopping by the property to do estimates, to view the property and do a walkthrough to give me some estimates on things that I got going on. He's going to say, okay. Jerry don't care because Jerry now no longer has to be bothered with his property. He was just doing it as a favor to a friend. So that's why you do it. You confirm the appointment. So Jerry, is it okay to be there Saturday at 2 o'clock? Yes. Alrighty, Jerry, just so you know, when I come, I might have my contractor with me. Oh, really? Okay, great. All right, Jerry, I'm going to see you 2 o'clock at Saturday. If anything happens or anything changes, I will give you a call. Thank you. That is it. That is all you need to say on the first phone call. Half of you are going to screw that up. And it's okay because you're just starting out. Don't beat yourself up. I have been working on phones since I was, 20. So now, well, maybe not 20, 23. Since I was 23 years old. So that was 30 years ago. I've been working on the phone for 30 years. So yeah, it sounds a lot easier coming out of my mouth. It slides out of my face very quickly, very casually. And I'm being honest with you. You see the outline. Screenshot this if you want. You see the outline for what I'm telling you I said, and you can verify I did every step. I'm in and out of that phone call in 5 to 10 minutes. See that? All right. Now, drop a 1 in the chat, in the comments, if you thought that part was helpful to you, if that part helped you in any way. Now, besides having a conversation, you want to listen for the most important thing. What is going to motivate this person to sell you this house? This is why I say you have to pay attention to the pitch. You have to pay attention to what they say and listening to hear and understand instead of responding is the best way to do this. You want to listen for what is going to motivate them to sell the property. A lot of people are moving out of their homes and they're downsizing. Some people the house is too much in debt. There's too much work that needs to be done. The owner passed away. They left it to me and I never wanted it. I'm going through a divorce. We have to liquidate our portfolio. That recently happened to me a couple of years ago. I got a divorce and I had to liquidate a portfolio. Job relocation. Had a guy who worked with my friend Jen. He bought a house and then the next year his job shipped him somewhere else. He had a $400,000 house that he had just gotten a mortgage on. So now he had to sell it. He didn't care. As long as he didn't have to pay the mortgage, he didn't care. He had to get rid of the house in order to get a new house in the new city. So he calls up Jen. Hey, I saw your ad because we do ads. She goes, I saw your ad. What do you, and she talked to him. She goes, now she's paying his mortgage every month and she's renting the house out to someone else. And that someone else is doing a lease with an option to purchase. And she took over the mortgage. So you can stack your creative financing strategies. You guys don't understand this, but like I said, inside the Creative Wealth Academy, it's a 1 year program. We go through everything. This year, I will be teaching that program live. Not live on social media, but live in our Discord. We're going to be live training, streaming, zooming, and all that. So every single class in there will be taught, with the exception of wholesaling, because I gave you guys that for free. So with the exception of wholesaling, I'm going to be teaching every aspect of the Creative Wealth Academy for live. So we're going to be meeting every month, every week. But we'll talk about that. People retire. People have bad property management. People have legal issues. I had a real estate agent friend not so long, just a couple months ago. Her guy had to sell an entire portfolio because he was being sued by one of his tenants. So he had to come up with settlement money. So he liquidated part of the portfolio. They have health issues. Some people have been landlords so long that they're ready to retire. They have health issues. They're ready to be done with it. I just want to live the rest of my days doing XYZ LMNOP on the beach, and so I want to sell it. And like I said, they have too many repairs. They don't know what to do with it, so they get rid of it. Housing court violations are a big thing, big reason why. Tired landlords are another one. So you want to listen to what motivates these people to sell. And then trust me, once you know that, you in. Believe it or not, you are in. Number 3. Well, it says mistake number 2, but this is number 3. You have incorrect numbers. And I'm going to just let that marinate on there for y'all. Incorrect numbers, meaning your numbers suck. Y'all see that? I said it. I said what I said, and I'll say it again. Your numbers suck. Now, and that's the nice way of saying it. I could have said your numbers are effed up and not been censored when I say that. But that's what happens. Your numbers have to be correct. If you don't have your numbers correct, you can forget making a deal or making any money. How are you going to make any money if your number's not right? Explain it to me. I need y'all to explain that to me for real. Because I need to know, how do you plan to make money if your numbers are wrong? Now, am I going to go through numbers with you right now? No, I'm not. Because like I told y'all, one football game already on. I'm listening to it in my background. And you probably can hear it too because I got it up loud enough so I can hear what's going on. However, I'm with y'all today. I got y'all. Y'all my people. I'm here with y'all today. All right. Now, your numbers suck. I'm just going to put it like that. And the reason why your numbers suck is because you don't know how to do the numbers. And when I say you don't know how to do the numbers, you and who's old enough to remember the Ghetto Boys? They were a rap group from Houston. I used to love, y'all gotta understand, I'm a hybrid kid where I was born in the North, raised in the South, and raised in the North. So that we in my family we call it the hybrids. I'm one of the hybrid kids who've lived in the South and in the North. And I love the South. I love the country. Believe me, I do. Even though I've been in Buffalo for so long, I do love the country. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And that's exactly what the Ghetto Boys used to say. The numbers have to work. The very first rule I was ever taught by my first real estate coach was if the numbers don't fit, if the deal doesn't fit your numbers, then move on. Now, as a wholesaler, here's what that means. If your buyer says, I have to make this, this, and this, I have to make 25% return on my investment. So once you learn how to calculate the 25%, you're going to be able to tell whether or not you're going to send that deal to that particular buyer or you're going to give it to somebody else. Or are you going to do like I do? I have a distribution list and I just send it to everybody at one time and whoever get back to me first and let me know. You can dumb it down like that because that's the dumbed down version. Because, and I'm gonna tell you why I call it the dumbed down version, because I am self-diagnosed ADD, not ADHD, because I can sit for hours and not move. So it's not ADD, ADHD, but I am self-diagnosed ADD. I have the attention span of a 5-year-old, and I catch myself doing something that throws me off my attention span every single day. So what I do is I have an A list and I have a B list. My A list might get the new property. As soon as I get it, they'll get it. These now, who's on my A list? My A list are my people who have bought from me before. Some of them send me their proof of fund, their new bank statement at the beginning of every month to let me know they're actively buying. I don't have to ask them for it. I might send an email. Hey guys, can you send out your updated bank statement so that I know you have funds available for the deals that I got? Can you send me your new business? Can you give me your new criteria that you're looking at now? Because believe it or not, your buyers will change. And as you go through the process of becoming a full-fledged real estate investor where you're buying and holding and flipping and selling and all this other stuff, you're going to understand. I have people who started out, I want to be a wholesaler, and then they got into mobile home investments instead. So instead of wholesaling houses, they wholesale mobile homes. Guess what? Now, this one girl in particular, she owns a mobile home park. So you get what I'm saying. Your your end goal is going to change. Your exit strategy is going to change. And if it doesn't, something's wrong. Okay. You want to be a part of the evolution of your business. You don't want to just get in there and stay and say, hey, I'm just going to do this. No, you want to be involved. You want to be, and you want to change. But I like to say the butterfly effect. It's going to change. It has to change. So you want to know your numbers. Even if you do not ever want to wholesale not one house, I advise you, if you want to invest in real estate, to take the wholesaling training. Why? Because it is packed full of fundamental information that you're going to need to invest in real estate. Teaches you how to analyze a deal. That's the number one thing. Teaches you how to talk to people. That's another thing. Teaches you how to build your network. Teaches you how to do a lot of different things. So, yes, you need that. A wholesaler must know how to calculate their numbers. It's how you will get paid. If you can't calculate numbers, you can't calculate your paycheck. And the whole purpose of us doing this is to what? Build wealth and write our own paychecks. Right? Right. Now, knowing how to calculate numbers is essential to your success. You have to know how to calculate numbers. I'm going to keep saying it because that's what I believe, that I know to be true, and that's happened over the years. 3 things you need to know how to calculate. ARV. You must know how to calculate the after repair value of the property that you are trying to wholesale. If you do not know how to calculate that property, you will always lose money. You're going to lose time and you're going to lose money. I run numbers every day. I'm going to say it again. I run my numbers every day. I run as soon as somebody sends me a property, because I have investors who send me the properties to wholesale. This and Carol, one of my faves, we're selling 2 houses, her last 2 houses on her portfolio right now in Syracuse. She sent me the property back and said, hey, I'm going to be selling this in June. I ran the numbers. In May, the property is worth $170,000. The costs worked, everything worked. Guess what? Not now. I had to run the numbers the other day. Now, 120. It dropped 50,000 because that particular area is starting to come up. But the people who are buying the homes to flip in that area, they haven't completed their projects and started flipping the houses yet. So until they start flipping for the higher value, all you can do is go through that particular neighborhood and accumulate the properties and fix them up slowly but surely. And that's how real estate agents create their own inventory, because you need a real estate agent on your team. And you real estate agents out there, I'm telling you now, If you do not have a client who flips and uses you as their listing agent and their wholesaler, you are losing money and you're doing yourself a disservice because you're not creating your own inventory. So stop it. If you need help setting this up, you can book a laser session or a strategy session with me. You book a strategy session with me, and I'll walk you through a whole process on how you can get your flipper clients to use you versus another real estate agent. Okay? Now, that's number one. Number two, max allowable offer. You have to know how to calculate so you know what's the most you can offer the seller. And just like you know your max allowable offer, so does the buyer knows it too. Because they know how to they run these same numbers. So they're gonna know the max allowable offer. They're gonna try and pitch it to you. You're gonna try and pitch it to the seller, and you guys are gonna all work together. The end result of a wholesale deal should be a win for the seller, a win for the wholesaler, and a win for the buyer. If you don't have that, you're not going to get that. Okay? All right. Now, return on your investment. How much will the investor profit? Some investors will tell you, hey, I need to make XYZ a year. You need to know how to calculate to make sure they get that much a year. Some will tell you they will give you a percentage. You need to know how to calculate it to get that percentage. Some will say, hey, I just need to cash flow this amount. You need to know how to calculate the numbers so that they cash flow that amount. All right. All right. Now, take a snapshot. Go ahead, screenshot it. Because this is how you calculate ARV and MAO. Screenshot it. Don't say I'm not giving you all this good sauce while we in here. Y'all love to say don't nobody ever give y'all nothing. Well, I'm giving it to you straight with no chaser. Giving it to you straight, no chaser, no chaser. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Everybody got it? Put a 1 in the comments if you got it. Put the number 1 in the comments if you got it. Say, I got it, I got it, I screenshot it. I'm going to study how to do this. I'm going to stick this in Chat GPT and let them know how I'm supposed to do this. Hint, hint. Hint to the hint, hint, hint. All right. Now, how many of you found this helpful and grateful and thankful and useful and you want to sign up and make $100,000 this year wholesaling real estate? How many of you think you're ready to step into the process of wholesaling real estate? And you think you can make $100,000 or more your first year? That's the one. If you think you can do that, put me in the comments because I want to see if you can do it. Okay. Now I want you to understand this. The process of wholesaling real estate is not for everybody. Everybody does not have the same hustle, and you need a Beyonce work ethic if you're going to do this. Okay. You cannot half-ass this. This is your business. You can't half-ass it. You can't say, hey, I'm going to wholesale real estate, but then you watch TV for 3 hours a day instead of being 3 hours a day in your business. And why did I say 3 hours a day? Because the average person watches 3 hours of television per day. That is 21 hours a week that you could be in your business, doing things in your business. You could be reading a book to help yourself. You could be learning a new skill set. You could be doing something else. You can be making phone calls, but that is 21 hours a week. And everybody does not have that work ethic. So the process is great for those of you who are going to commit to changing your financial future, because that's what this is about. All right. And I also need you, if you're ready to commit to showing up for 2 hours a week, because here's what's going to happen. Inside Creative Wealth Academy, when you sign up, you are going to meet with me, wholesalers. This is the wholesaling portion. Those of you who sign up to do to do this with wholesaling, you will be meeting with me once a week for 4 weeks, and we will also meet in a group setting once a week. So if you are ready to sign up and you can do this for 2 weeks, 2 hours a week, so we can get your business. Like I said, I got 20 people. I want to make 20 people six-figure earners in their wholesaling business. Now, if you can do that, then I'm all for inviting you to the Creative Wealth Academy. This is what some of our clients have said. My real estate agent client, she said, I just had my first $1 million month working with me. And I'm grateful. Thank you, Teresa, because I know exactly who said that comment, Teresa. If you've never taken a class with me, and this is what Yolanda from California says, if you have never taken any of my classes, you want to sign up. Trust me, I'm very hands-on. I'm going to give you all the knowledge that you can get. And I'm going to tell you everything that you're going to get inside the Creative Wealth Academy. Inside the Creative Wealth Academy, we will go over creative financing strategies. I will teach you wholesaling real estate, how to do lease options, how to do subject to, how to work foreclosures, both mortgage foreclosures and tax foreclosures. We are going to build a portfolio. We're going to go through the acquisitions, how to get you funded for your first or next real estate project. We're going to talk about how to hire your property managers or how to do self-management and put your systems in place so that you create cash flow. We're going to talk about flipping houses and funding, planning, profits, how to do all that stuff. When I say planning, how to hire your team, contractors, lawyers, lawyers, accountants, real estate agents, wholesalers. You need all of that on your team if you're going to flip houses. And funding. We're going to talk about fix and flip funding, how to get you funded for a fix and flip, a buy and hold, short-term rentals, which is your Airbnbs. And we're going to do a whole bunch of private lending. So how do we do this? We're going to do this through live training. So every week, individual and group training, curriculum. Every session will be recorded so that you can actually go out into the world. You live your life, but it'll always be there for you, so you can come back and listen to the recordings. All materials will be included. Your workbooks, your guides, your trackers, your calculators, all that stuff is included. And the support from the Creative Wealth Academy Network. My resources, let me tell you what I had to do out of necessity. When COVID hit, I, out of necessity, had to build an out-of-state network because I live in New York. And in New York, guess what? We couldn't work. Real estate agents were seen as non-essential. We had to stay in the house. We couldn't come out. We were on punishment. So guess what? I had to build a network outside of New York State. So now I have a nationwide network of wholesalers, contractors, accountants, title companies, lenders to help my community, my Creative Wealth Academy, my Keys, Deeds, and Profits community build their wealth. That's what I did. So that my network becomes your network once you get into Creative Wealth Academy. And I know you guys are like, what the hell? Now, we offer a structured approach to real estate investing, live and recorded trainings, all the analyzers, workbooks, and guides, a nationwide network of investors, lenders, credit strategists, and more. And you can get all of this for a one-time payment, and you have a year access to this program for $9.97. Now, let me tell you what we will be charging for this after I think February 6th is when we start our live trainings. Once we start live trainings, February 6th, guess what? Price is going to $2,997. Can you pay all at once for $997? Yes. Do we have monthly payment options available for you? Yes, because I know everybody's checking and savings is not set up the same. So we do have it. And for those of you who say, I'd rather take advantage of the sale, I have a 12-month program. You pay $197 a month. Or you can pay for 4 months and you get a cheaper price, or you can pay the $997 all at once. And guess what? We accept Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm, so you can make your payments even cheaper that way. So that is what we do. That is how it is. That is the Creative Wealth Academy. And I got a ways to go, but me. You got this, Kelly. You got this. And I'm going to tell you guys this too. What you can do is this: schedule a call, schedule a strategy session with your girl. If you go to the link, then not the link that I gave you to register for the class, but if you want to go into the link, and there is, if you just want wholesaling, you don't want the Creative Wealth Academy, there is a program for you, and we can work one on one through that program. But to be honest with you, it's cheaper, but not by much. So I would take that. I would take advantage of that. So what we're going to do, like I said, anybody who wants this, if you want to get into it, the price for $9.97 is good until February 5th, because on the 6th we go live. So, and the links are all out there. If you go to my website and you click, there's a big, I think it's yellow and white, and it says Creative Wealth Academy on it. Click that. If you click the picture that says Creative Wealth Academy, the website will pop up and tell you everything that's in it and everything that you get, and the payment plans are there too. So that's what we are doing. I am open for, if you guys have any questions about what we talked about today, you have any questions about the Creative Wealth Academy, you have any questions about the mistakes that wholesalers make, or if you have a question about wholesaling in general, drop them in the comments and I will be more than happy to go over this and talk to you and answer any questions that you guys may have. If you are on Facebook, let me explain. If you're on Facebook, you can put your questions in the you can put your questions in the comments. If I don't see it and I'm doing it now, what we then will have to do is I'll come back because I'll tag you in the response. Because that's what I'll do too. Okay. Now, hold on. I'm just going through right now, making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, drop that. So I'm trying to make sure I see it. Kelly, where are you from? If you're still there, where are you from? So now for the rest of this Sunday, I want you guys to be blessed and happy. I want you guys to make lots of money this year. Like I said, I am on a mission to help 100 people start their real estate investment business. I'm also on a mission to help 20 people become six-figure wholesalers, and 20 people to become to build a seven-figure portfolio. This is important to me this year. And the reason why it's so important for me for this year is because we got a ways to go. It's a full attack on poor people. I hope y'all understand that. So wholesaling real estate, you do not need any money to get started, for the person who put that question in the comments. Other than, yeah, I'm giving you a free training. So if you click the link that's in the comments under this video, I'm giving you a free training. So you don't need that. I'm also excuse me. I'm also give helping. Like I said, you guys can book a strategy session if you don't feel comfortable, or you have more questions. Book a strategy session. We could talk about your particular portfolio or your particular needs. Oh, Kelly, I just saw your note. Your note. You said you signed up. Good. Thank you. You signed up. So that's good. And what we're gonna do is this. I want you guys to understand wholesaling real estate investing in itself is not easy. It's not, it's easy, but it's not, but it's work. And when I say you need a Beyonce work ethic, you need a Beyonce work ethic. I'm not joking with that. Now, and a lot of people say Beyonce work ethic. What's that? This girl. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Mwah. This girl, and I'm talking about Beyonce when I say this girl. She's 10 years younger than me. So this girl spent 5 months, I think it was, rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing to put on a 2 hour performance at Coachella. That's money. That's the type of work ethic you're gonna need if you want to see six figures in your wholesale business. So if you don't want to see, you don't want to do that type of work, you don't want that type of money. I'm just saying. And I'm probably one of the biggest procrastinators, and and I'm gonna tell you where it came from. It came from having a safety net, having a plan B. That's where it came from. Now, my old bosses are all my friends on social media. They'll tell you I worked really hard when I worked for them, and I was a very good employee. Had an attitude, yeah, definitely, because a lot of stuff wasn't fair, but I still made my money. But I still put in the work that I needed to put in. And the reason why I say that is to say this: I had a safety net because I worked that job and I was doing real estate and I had a husband who made really good money. So I didn't have to worry. But then when I got divorced, and I'm now self employed, I'm 100% self employed, and now I'm divorced, guess what? It's all on me. So my hustle had to come back. My hustle definitely had to come back. And now I'm back to if my VA, I still make phone calls even though I have a VA. And people looking like I'm crazy, but I'll pick a block of properties and I will call them every day. And I put like an hour of time in every day making phone calls or sending text messages. Because and the reason for that is, excuse me, something in my eye. And the reason for that is because I have to stay fresh. I have to know and I have to audit my VA. I have to keep track of my team and make sure that my team knows, hey, oh, she checked this. Yeah, I did. Oh, she went back and listened to my phone call. Yep, sure did. That's why you're working on my dialer, so I can record the phone calls. hmm You definitely have to. You can't just. You have to have a checks and a balances. You know how you hear that a lot when they talk about the government checks and balances. You need checks and balances in your business. That's part of the thing. That's one of the things we definitely work on in the Creative Wealth Academy is setting up your systems. Because without systems, baby, whoo, you're gonna be working real hard. Like automations. A lot of times, I've had people say, "I just called you, and now you posting on Facebook." I ain't just post nothing on Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook, nowhere near my computer, because I have scheduled posts for Facebook and Instagram and social media and TikTok and all that. You can schedule those posts out. We teach you how to do that. You can you can schedule that out so you don't have to be sitting at your computer or on your phone all day trying to do this. You don't have to. So we are going to this year is I'm not joking. Oh, and before I forget, May 30th and 31st, I will be in the Dallas Fort Worth area speaking at the Charge Up Your Life event with hosted by Miss Kyra Dodd, the CEO of Credit Cleanse. I will be there teaching you guys creative financing strategies so you can build your portfolio. So that's what we'll be doing. I'll be doing that. Okay. So if you have not bought a ticket or you're interested in buying a ticket, you want to fly in and get hotel arrangements and all that other stuff, now is the time. Now is the time. Just so you know. All right. All right. Now, football game is on. I'm going to go and catch at least the second quarter. Because I heard I don't know who did, but I know one team just scored 2 touchdowns since I've been listening to it. So I got to get up out of here. Remember what I always tell you guys: you can choose to be anything you want in this life. I just hope you choose to be kind. Because at some point in your life, somebody has been kind to you, and it's always good to pay kindness forward. Not only does it make you a good person, but if we all did it, it would make the world a much better place. And I know for a fact we can all use some kindness right now. Okay? Now, Remember, if this was your first time, don't let it be your last time. And if you've been here before, thank you for always coming out and supporting me in my endeavors. And I'm looking forward to working with you all this year to get you into a real estate investment strategy where you can make the money you need to take care of your families with these high ass grocery prices. Just had to put it out there. All right. All right. I will talk to you later. I will be back on tomorrow. We're going to talk about something different tomorrow. We're going to be talking about, everything else. We're going to talk about something different tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Be blessed and get some rest. It's Sunday. Go to bed, take a nap, eat, watch football. That's what I'll be doing. Read a book or just enjoy your family. Okay? Alrighty. I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.